surrendering to our bodies and giving our bodies what it's begging for, because it's used to begging for the same thing. It's like a dog, you know how you feed a dog now and then? And when you start eating, that dog will sit there and beg, even if you don't give it anything. The next day, it does the same thing, even if you don't give it anything. A month later, still does the same thing, because it thinks one day it's going to get that steak. You know, and your body's doing the same thing to your mind. So when you put your mind in control over your body, then things start to change. And when you start getting on a vegan, vegetarian diet, all of a sudden, all your little desires for meat disappear, because your body's a little quicker than that dog to learn. You know, your body starts saying, hey, I want different things. I'll tell you, you know what my cravings are now? Oatmeal. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to have that oatmeal. Salads. I'm like, I love my salads. I love my rice and vegetables. It's like, it is so good. And back then, I would never touch a salad. What are you kidding me? I'm gonna eat no salad. Give me a steak. You know, but see, that's what happens. And when you change your diet, and it takes a couple months, okay, it takes a couple months for this to happen, then all of a sudden, your body starts craving those good foods that are good for you, instead of all the foods that are bad for you. And it works. It just works. And even if you can start with one thing, I mean, you don't have to quit cold turkey. If you got to start with one thing, get rid of the milk and the cheese. You know, if you got to start with something, get rid of the steaks. You know, just progress a little bit at a time if that's the way you need to do it. Heartburn, morning sickness, mosquito bites. Everybody's like, oh. Did I get your attention on mosquito bites? Did you see the size of the mosquitoes in this thing? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you take the skin, which I tried this a couple days ago, and it works really good. Take the inside of the skin and rub it on your mosquito bites. It's really good. Ulcers, you know, depression. According to the surveys here, banana contains triphospholin, a type of protein that the body converts into serotonin, known to make you relax, improve your mood, and generally make you feel happier. So you eat bananas, you're going to feel better. Yeah. Now, Framingham Institute did a study. Framingham Institute, and they were doing these studies on heart attacks. And it's a scientific fact that no one has ever died of a heart attack with a cholesterol level below 150. And the average vegan is at 125 for their cholesterol level. So you're way below it. It is impossible to have a heart attack. And what happens is, they did studies now, and when you actually take your body off the cholesterol products and focus on plant-based diet, not in every case, but in most cases, they say that it will actually reverse the process and all the damage that's been done in your childhood or younger years. Full-blown plant-based diet will actually pull that cholesterol out of it. It actually opens arteries where cholesterol closes the arteries. You know, they're fighting against each other. It's an actual fact, though, that that's what happens when you get on a plant-based diet. So, in fact, the number one sign of a heart attack, 40% of the time, it's instant death. The first sign is instant death. You don't get a second chance. Number one, first time, 40%. Yeah, that's it. It's like, see ya. Now, there's another thing I want to talk about, too, with these packaged meats. If you go to the grocery stores now, a lot of your meats have these new labels on them. And what it does is it's warning. As soon as you get that warning thing, you're going to start perking up. Packaged meats now carry a warning label telling consumers to wash everything that even comes in contact with meat and to cook it long enough. And the reason that you have to cook it long enough is to make sure that the animal feces is safe for you to eat. It's not a question of whether or not there's manure in our food anymore. It's there, and the industry has decided. I mean, sometimes there's 1,000 cows in a batch of hamburger when they're doing these massive farms nowadays. And so there's manure in all this, and so what they do is they nuke it. They decided that they're going to nuke every single item now. And so everything gets nuked, even quarters and stuff, you know, they'll just nuke it and send it off to the grocery stores. And so they're basically trying to zap and sterilize the farm animal feces. So as long as you can get used to that nuclear radiated farm animal feces flavor that's coming out now, you know, you might be okay. But that's, you know, that's why they call cholesterol the animal's revenge. Because that animal continues killing you year after year after year, even after it's dead. It continues killing you. And one of the things I like to do is a little word association game. You guys like those, right? Yeah. It's a little one. So every time I say cholesterol, you're going to think of rat poison. Yeah. Right? So I say cholesterol, and you say rat poison. Cholesterol? Rat poison. Oh, right. That's not bad. But and everybody's like, why would you say something like that? Well, I'm going to do the real simple thing here. Do you know what they make with rat poison? Crystal meth. Ew. You know the one that rots out your teeth and then rots out your insides and there's nothing left of you? And it does it pretty fast. Well, they take rat poison, okay, and they dilute it. And then they dilute it again. And I think it's in bathtubs. I'm not sure the whole process, but a lot of times they'll do it in bathtubs and stuff. You'll hear about meth labs and everything in homes, and that's usually what they do. And then they dilute it again. So they've got like 2 or 3 dilutions. Interesting. Yeah. Diluted delusions. I'm going to have to do a sermon on that. Yeah, that'd be a good one. But really what they do is they dilute it so many times, and then they shave off this crystallization off the top, and that's your crystal meth. And that's, so you can take it in really small increments, and it's not going to kill you. Where if you took the whole rat poison, it would just kill you. And it's the same concept with cholesterol. Okay? It's okay when you take it in little small increments, you know, it's not going to kill you. But if you continue taking it, I guarantee you, 90% of you are going to die because of that because of that cholesterol. But that's what happens, you know, and 90% of you are going to die because of cholesterol problems. Because, you know, it's rat poison. It's literally rat poison. Ugh. That's worse than the milk to me. I was like... Oh, anyway, I should do a watermelon. You guys like watermelon? I got watermelon here today. Yeah, let's do a watermelon. Ah, oh, that's a heavy one. I thought I got a big one. We got a couple of people. Okay. Okay. My mom, she wouldn't get watermelon. She was like, it's just healthy. Takes up too much room in the fridge. Too hard to cut. It's easy to cut a watermelon. Well, those kind take a little bit longer to do. Now, normally I do a couple watermelons, but I just didn't get the time. Got so busy yesterday. Okay. So we're going to kind of come through like this and give it a couple slices. And if you're going to do this, don't put your hand on this side. Come on, Mom. And we'll do some slices like this way. And then, just like that.